announcing a plan for the United States Senate to vote, known as a unanimous consent vote, to restore the bump stock ban. By undoing this most common sense safety ban on deadly bump stocks, this MAGA Supreme Court has shown the American people how dangerously to the far right they have gone.
Oh my gosh, this is so stupid. Can we just stop with it? Just stop with the whole thing. First off, welcome back to the program. Dana Lash with you. Bottom of this, the heck hour is this? First hour. I feel like it's like a pre-Monday. I don't even know where that comes from. You can listen coast to coast. You can follow along online. We're over at X and Rumble and Channel 347, DirecTV, all that good stuff. So that's Chuck Schumer. We're going to talk about his the way the man cannot grow meat here in a minute. But he's mad over the whole situation with the bump stock thing. Guys, it was not a Second Amendment case, and this was not a case that was determined on a Second Amendment ground. I mean, Congress, they could technically write something. They could write something about this. They could write a law banning bump stocks, although I don't know I think that would be litigated 6 ways to Sunday, and I don't know that it would actually be successful. But the issue is that this was a statutory authority fail on the fault of the ATF, and it didn't have anything to do with the Second Amendment. And first off, bump stocks, I think people don't know what they are. I've fired with bump stocks many times. I think that they're just stupid. I think it's a waste of ammo, and I don't think the government should regulate them. That's also stupid. And just like I think that pink camouflage is weird. I mean, unless you're in strawberry shortcake land, well, how does that help you, But same thing. I'm right on that. I don't want to be hateful because I know chicks that wear pink camouflage, and I'm like, why do you do this? Just put on an orange safety vest already. This is the same. Just go ahead and do it. Can we just talk about the grilling for a moment? I'm pulling this up. This photo's disgusting. I didn't even read the text with the photo when I first saw this. The first thing I saw was the photo. And Chuck Schumer, now he said in it, he's like, what did he say? He goes, we've lived in apartments our whole lives. So this photo, Juan's getting the photo up for you. He's like, our families lived in an apartment building for all of our years. But he says that her daughter and her partner bought their house with a backyard. And for the first time, he said that they're having a barbecue with hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill. I don't think you need to be that redundant with stuff. It's just you're grilling. You can just say you're grilling. And I was looking at his hamburgers because whenever somebody's at the grill, my first thing is I want to look at what you got on the grill, right? I want to look at what you got. Now you can see Juan's putting it up there right now. He's got the hamburgers and he's got the hot dogs. And got some decent grill marks on those burgers or on the hot dogs. But then I want you to look at the hamburgers real closely here. I want you to just real closely look at those hamburgers. And I want you to tell me what you think is wrong with these hamburgers. Because he's got, I don't even know what kind of cheese that is on there. It's not like a cheddar. Is it like a pepper jack? I don't know what it is. But he's got these hamburgers, these sad little gray burgers that he's got on there. And you know why they're sad and gray, guys, right? Because they're not cooked all the way. They're not cooked those are raw hamburgers that he's just slapping some cheese on. Kane, you're a man. You grill. At what point do you put the cheese on the burg, dude?
Yeah, that's at the end. But here, when I first saw the picture, I'm like, well, there's no smoke coming off that grill at all. Like, is that real food? And then I zoomed in, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, that is not only is it real, but it's raw. And why is there a slice of cheese on a thick, raw patty like that? It just doesn't. Like, I can see like a really smash burger type thing where you throw the cheese on it. When you after you smash it, whatever. This, no.
Did he take this down?
Yeah, he did delete it.
I was like, I can't find it anywhere anymore.
But what's forever?
The internet.
That's right.
I'm just zooming in. Those are raw. Those are raw. That's raw. That's so raw. That's so nasty, guys. Look at the pink in it. That's just like oh my gosh. Would you like to have nonstop diarrhea? Well, then have Schumer's burgers. And he's got some thick cheese on that, too. You got to cook that. Who's told him to do this? This just makes my ovaries cry. When you see a grown man who don't know how to deal with a grill, I don't care if you've lived. I feel like it's a skill whether you've lived in an apartment or not. Look, men, you don't get a pass on this. I don't care if you lived on an apartment block your whole life. There's certain things that men know how to do, right? If you throw a man out in the wild of the lawn, and man's never mowed a lawn, never been out, he'll know how to do it. That's just things that I, as a woman, take for granted that you men you just know how to do. You're grilling stuff, men, you know how to do this. Go out there and grill it. Throw them out there in the wilds of the deck. You know, they're going to know how to do it. He doesn't. He's an alien. How do you not know how to do that? Golly, that burger's making me so sick. Would you eat that burger, Kane?
In its current state in that photo?
Well, you know what he did? He cooked
no.
it long enough to have the cheese melt, and then he's like, okay, I guess it's done. You know he did that.
It's not even melted. Barely the corners are bending on the cheese.
No, it's like, yeah, that's like some thick, cheese that's not.
It's 2 slices, it looks like, you put on there.
And those are pre-bought patties.
2 slices.
You can tell, can't you?
Yeah.
Those are pre-bought patties.
Pre-bought, pre-formed, quarter-pound patties that he clearly has not yet put a flame to.
I mean, I'm looking real hard at this grill. I don't mean to spend so much time on this, you guys, but this is a very important part of American culture. So we got to examine this. This is like one of the top stories of our lives. Is there a hint of flame under there anywhere?
It looks like there could be a flame under there. Like you can kind of see between the grates on the grill that you can see that there's a little orangey flame there.
I mean, the grill I can tell hasn't been used that often, but it is dirty from the elements. So it's been outside uncovered. I can tell by looking at it.
Right.
But the grill itself isn't like a totally used grill like I'm used to seeing. You know what I'm saying?
And nobody smiles that big when your burgers aren't done.
That's
just not what happens.
Well, he said that he's lived in an apartment for all their lives. This is like what Elizabeth Warren does. Can you imagine him and Elizabeth Warren holding a barbecue? Can you imagine them holding a barbecue together? And that's a gas grill, isn't it? There's no charcoal in that.
Yeah, that's a gas grill.
I'm a little picky about that.
You get all the heat without that flavor.
As someone, let me chime in here, because as someone who lives in an apartment building, in
You know
an
how to
urban
do
area,
this already.
I do, and I'm not the most manually masculine guy of all time, but if you were to see some people's reactions in the building trying to start a flame with no start, it's embarrassing.
I love that Steve just said that. See, you can throw Steve in the wilds of the lawn, and he immediately goes into dude mode.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, we got to get this grill working. Nope, them burgers. Don't you be slapping that cheese on them burgers, Chuck, because them burgers ain't ready. All you men here, you know it. It's just a thing, just like you can throw women in a makeup store, or you can, things like that, or throw women with some we're just different. We're different. But, oh man, would you imagine? It's Elizabeth Warren and Chuck Schumer. We're going to have a Capitol Hill barbecue, guys. You're going to get food poisoning, for sure. For sure, food poisoning from them.
And the only reason, as a dad, I would ever take a picture of raw food on the grill is if I'm going to give you the picture of the finished, cooked stuff from the grill. That never happened.
No.
We don't even know if those burgers ever had enough flame.
Are they all alive? I don't even know if they're alive. He may have killed his whole family from salmonella. I don't even know. Who knows? It's just so sad. I mean, you shouldn't be doing no meat like that. Nobody thought to tell him, Dad, take the cheese off the burger.
He needs to worry more about botulism than bump stocks.
Oh my gosh, right? Look, if you can't figure out how the hell to grill meat, you do not get to lecture me about what guns I can have or what accessories I can put on my guns.